This week on LandLeader Television. We are the leaders of the land. Land is what we live on. It can be explored, built upon, and cultivated. Land holds our wildlife, crops and livestock, and the homes in which we live. It provides a resource for your family. It's what our forefathers settled and our brave fight to protect. It asks that you respect it, keep it free, and put back what you have taken. At times, it's purchased, sold, and traded, and it's passed on from generation to generation. So it's our duty as land brokers to be champions of conservation, habitat management, and ownership. We possess a deep love for our land and respect for all it provides. We are LandLeader. This segment is brought to you by Quarter and Associates.
My name is Wayne Cross. We're here at the upper part of the ranch, Coppage Gulch, in the Camas Prairie Basin, at the old Bonner homestead. This here's the Bonner homestead. John Bonner spent a number of his early childhood years growing up here, and then his father uprooted him and moved to Butte to work in the mines. He was governor from 1949 to 1953. Life doesn't get any better than the old governor's mansion. The nearest town is Hot Springs, Montana, which is 15 miles away to the north. The county seat is Thompson Falls, which is about 50 miles away. And then Missoula is the biggest town, which is 63 miles away. I'm third generation farmer rancher here on this property, and my kids would be fourth. And I actually have a grandson that's coming up that I guess would be fifth. So it's been in the family since roughly 1913, 1914. We're probably the oldest, if not the second oldest family that's ranched here in the valley. My grandfather, great-grandfather, moved here from the Sandhills in Nebraska as a little boy. And his dad knew cattle back then. There were not very many cattle in this country, so he acted kind of as the in-house veterinarian around here. It'd make a perfect cow-calf operation. There's good water, plenty of grass. Even on dry years, this grass really has a lot of power to it, or just a recreational tract. It's extremely tranquil up here. I always wanted to build a house up on the top, $1 million view, but never had the wherewithal to do it. It's got a lot of potential. I have hired Kate down there to be my real estate agent. I feel she's a very motivated gal, and she seems to have a special love for the property. She got pretty excited the first time I brought her up here, and seems like a really trustworthy gal.
I'm Kate Jones with Quarter and Associates Real Estate, and we're here in the Camas Prairie, Montana. I'm from Iowa originally, farmed and ranched for 40 plus years. I moved out to Montana. I've been a realtor for 15 years, and farm and ranch is where my heart is. That's what I do. Wayne called me about listing his ranch, and we visited on the phone, and then I met his dog, who really likes me. I fell in love with this property the minute I stepped foot on it. First of all, you can't get over the beautiful cattle, and the possibilities are endless. Almost 3,000 acres in one piece. The fact that it's been in the family for over 100 years and sustained those families for 100 years tells me that this is a very, very self-sustaining piece of property. I think with land, it has to speak to you. It's a very emotional thing, and it just speaks to my heart. It warms me. When I'm out on this piece of property, you kind of forget about the rest of the world. You enjoy it for what it is. It's just like a little bit of church every day you're on it. I started with Corder & Associates about 6 months ago, having worked for other firms prior. Their networking with LandLeader is by far superior to any other relationships I've had with other companies. The support they offer a realtor or my customers is far superior. I do feel with LandLeader we're getting to the right websites where the right buyers are looking.
The reason I'm selling this is because I'm getting a little long in the tooth. I'm getting tired of doing all this by myself, and I'd like to cut down to about 50, maybe 75 cows, get out of debt, and enjoy life a little bit.
This portion of the show was brought to you by participating farm credit locations.
It's about people far and wide, from coast to coast. The farmers, the ranchers, their cattle and crops, weekends in the woods, blueberries, peaches, a fishing pole, and your grandpa's rifle. Best friends, the love of your life, our children. It's about making this real. We've been financing your life for more than a century. We're Farm Credit. We're here to help you grow.
Looking to sell your ranch or farm? Visit LandLeader.com to learn about our exclusive network of the best farm and ranch brokers across the country. LandLeader member brokers are the leaders in their areas, representing the finest properties and providing their clients with the most property marketing in the nation. From ranches and farms to sporting properties and vacant land, we're the largest land marketing company in America. Give us a call or visit LandLeader.com today. LandLeader Television is brought to you by LandLeader, exclusive properties worldwide. Gunworks, 1,400 yards right out of the box. Cinch jeans and shirts, lead, don't follow. Banded, just go. And by participating farm credit locations. Now it's time for the Farm Credit Tip of the Week.
I'm Connor Guess with Ag South Farm Credit. We get calls from people every day who cannot wait to farm. They might not want to be a large row crop farmer, but they want to enjoy the experience and the process of growing, sowing, and harvesting a crop. If growing your own food or a dove field full of sunflowers sounds appealing to you, Farm Credit can help finance your dream, just as we can finance larger family operations. I'm Connor Guess with Ag South Farm Credit, and that's your Farm Credit Land Tip.
This segment is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors.
My name is Andrea Olson. We are in Gregory County, central South Dakota. There's quite a bit of history here. The tribe used to be here. There's landmarks on the property, the Rosebud tribe. There used to be pyramids up on top of the butte. They were kind of like maps for Indians when they're traveling across the plains, that they knew that there was water here. That's one of the stories. We bought the property in 2008, and we didn't really have a lot of experience on the hunting side of it, but the hunting definitely came with it, so we had to learn pretty fast.
Jim Olson with Diamond A Ranch Hunting Services, and we've got mule deer, whitetail, turkeys, grouse, pheasant. There's just pretty much everything here. Coyotes, fox. If you want to see the wildlife, we have plenty of it here.
We have a farming operation that we do here also. Just enjoy it here because of the beauty. It's absolutely spectacular. It's hard to imagine owning property yourself that's absolutely beautiful like it is here. Here at the Diamond A Ranch, we have a lodge that sleeps 14 people. We pretty much just do pheasant hunting, but we do a little bit of prairie dog hunting too. At the lodge, we can sleep 14 hunters. We have a full kitchen. We have a full staff. We have heated kennels. Kevin, our guide, he has 8 dogs. And some of the hunters, they like to bring their own dogs too, and we welcome that. We have invested quite a bit of money since we bought it, adding buildings, improving almost every single building we've touched and improved. The view here from the lodge is spectacular. You look right at the lake. We have a lot of guys that like to bring a fishing pole too and fish the lake as well. Most of our hunters rebook before they leave. You get to know them absolutely on a first name basis. And you know, we have hunters that we actually keep in contact with. Those are probably the best memories is during hunting season, meeting everybody and where they're from. They're from all over the United States.
One of the fine things about our operation here is we can just walk out the door and start hunting. A lot of these operations will travel 30, 40 minutes to hunting spots. It depends on what you want to use it for. If you want to use it for your own private resort, the potential's there for that. If you want to expand this operation, there's plenty of room to grow it. We have just barely tapped the surface of it.
We farm all the land around here. There's hayland, row crop. As far as the hunting goes, there is absolutely a lot more hunters that we could have come through here. We have always tried to keep it just as kind of a mom and pop operation, but definitely it could be taken to the next level very, very easily.
We've got a lot of diversity here, the buttes, hayland, and we've got level farming ground. I mean, we've got a little bit of everything.
We got involved with Hayden because we had met John Harity through some other real estate that we were inquiring about.
My name's John Harity. I'm the listing agent here at Diamond A Ranch in Winter, South Dakota. I love the diversity of the property, the fact that it's world-class pheasant hunting and also farm income as well. I think one of the biggest benefits to owning the property is obviously the hunting. There's fishing on the property, you've got pheasant hunting, you've got turkey hunting, you really get deer hunting. One thing I like about it is the trap shooting opportunities. There's a trap shooting station, so a lot of things to do after the hunt. Pretty much have everything right here in one spot. I grew up in South Dakota, so I feel like this is kind of my country here. I've done a lot of pheasant hunting in the area. I always say that I need to really believe in the properties and believe in the people before I take the listing, and this one I believe in 100% both ways.
Jim and I have decided to sell the ranch because we just need to downsize. We are looking to consolidate another business that we have going. There's a lot of property up here, and so that's pretty much the only reason.
This portion of the show was brought to you by Cinch Jeans and Shirts, Lead, Don't Follow, and by Gunworks, 1,400 yards right out of the box.
The Climber, a new ultralight design by Gunworks. The Climber is the pinnacle of lightweight, long-range design. Design yours at gunworks.com.
Check out the Highlander pattern, available at cryptech.com.
Land is where it all begins. From farmland and working cattle ranches to hunting properties and recreational retreats. We aren't your typical real estate agents. We choose boots over dress shoes and trucks over sports cars any day. We hunt, fish, raise cattle, and grow crops. We understand land.
This segment is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors. It's not often that a world-class trout fishery and a working cattle ranch within 2 hours of Metro Denver comes on the market. We join the Hayden Outdoors team for a very special look at one of these properties.
I'm Bruce Plankington, and I'm the owner of the Middle Fork Ranch, which consists of 3,300 acres. Basically, when you come over Red Hill Pass and you look down that valley, that's the Middle Fork Ranch. We bought the ranch in, I believe it was 1992. It's one of the prettiest pieces of property I know of in Colorado. We bought it from a gentleman named Walt Coyle. I have to say Walt taught me a lot about the ranching and ranches because I grew up in the city. So we bought the ranch as a fishing property. I wasn't even a very good fisherman there. It's a pretty historic piece of property. It was first deeded in the late 1860s. And there were 2 pieces of property there, and Walt Coyle owned one of them, and another family named Byers owned the southern piece. So Walt married Byers' daughter and got the whole thing. There's a law on the books in the state of Colorado that you get a property tax break if you're an agricultural property. We got 37 steers and we put them on the ranch. So then we were an agricultural property. So then we had to learn how to take care of them. And that entailed learning how to ride a horse. In the mid-90s, I probably fell off a horse once a week. We enjoyed the agricultural business, and we got up at one point, we were running 400 head of cattle. We finally decided about 8 or 10 years ago that we were going to back down to about 200 head, and we could work those without any hired help. There was a lot of days we'd get in the saddle and leave up there at the ranch headquarters at 8 o'clock and get back there at 5 o'clock. I was plenty sore. We had cowboy working for us, and cowboys are sort of the bottom of the labor train. They tear up your equipment, they're hard on your animals, and you got to go bail them out of jail at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I just finally said, you know, I can't manage a cowboy anymore. The grass over in Fairplay is 18% protein. They used to harvest it and ship it to England to feed racehorses. It is excellent for feeding cattle. We'll put newborn calves on there, middle of May. 1st of October, they weigh 600, 650 pounds. The ranch also is home to quite a bit of wildlife. We've got a resident herd of antelope that roams around the whole valley, but any given day you'll see 6 or 8 of them. All winter we'll have a herd of 150 to 300 elk. You know, if you want to hunt elk, we call it the finest pickup truck hunting in the land. And I don't mean we shoot them out of a pickup truck, I mean we can drive to them after we shoot them. As a landowner, I believe the ranch is entitled to 4 elk permits. I'm not sure about the antelope because my wife would never let anybody shoot one. Every year we see 1 or 2 big old bucks that I know are Boone and Crockett guys.
This portion of the show was brought to you by LandLeader, exclusive properties worldwide. Are you experienced in farming, ranching, or recreational properties? Do you have a passion for the outdoors? Are you seeking a profession in real estate and land sales? If so, LandLeader is growing our team of real estate brokers and agent members across the country. We offer a strong network, excellent property marketing support, real estate training, and national affiliation of land brokerages that is second to none. For more information on becoming a member of LandLeader, visit us at LandLeader.com.
Here at Swarovski Optic, a lot of time is spent on perfecting a few great things until every idea we touch enhances every moment in the field. For a quarter century, the Swarovski Optic SLC has been making hunters' dreams become reality. Feel the wilderness every time you step outside.
This segment is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors. The fishing opportunities at the Middle Fork Ranch are endless. From spring to fall, fishing in the Middle Fork River is nothing short of epic.
The fishing is, I tell people, I think it's the best fishing in central Colorado. It's primarily a brown trout stream. There are a number of rainbows because I've had neighbors downstream that thought you needed to stock the Middle Fork of the South Platte River. They'd put them on their ranch, and then the next day they'd swim up to mine. In the fall, we have quite a number of brook trout come down from the little streams and come in the river to spawn. We also have a number of cutthroats that the city of Fairplay stocked up in a lake they call Fairplay Beach. And they put them in there, and then the next week they swam down to the ranch too. And I think the reason is the ranch has been managed as a fishery. We don't graze the river except for about 2 or 3 weeks in the late fall. The reason being that a cow will walk all the way across the county to eat a fresh willow. They're just like candy. And so it's fenced off, we don't graze it, and those willows have grown up all the way down the river. They shelter a lot of insect life. And that plus the fact that it's been limited fishing, it's been all catch and release, I think has just turned it into a heck of a fishery. As we developed the fishery, I made an agreement with a fly shop in Breckenridge called Mountain Angler. I still have to this day an exclusive agreement with Jackson Strait, who owns Mountain Angler. He can take up to 3 fishermen guided 4 days a week. I receive $100 per head rod fee. And I also get the benefit that having his people there 4 days a week is sort of my patrol for poachers and problems with the river. The ranch record for the largest trout ever caught is 28 inches. Those big old brown trout swim from Speeney Reservoir, which has got to be 50, 60 river miles. The Middle Fork of the South Platte River runs through the Middle Fork Ranch. It is about 6.5, 7 miles of river, and there's a long flat stretch at the very head of the ranch. It's a shallow gravel run, and you can go there in the fall and watch the brown trout spawn. And it's kind of cool sitting there watching 2-foot-long trout fighting. And I close the ranch to fishing October the 1st every year, just so that the fish can spawn, and I don't believe in fishing over reds. It's a good freestone river, good fall line, so it's oxygenated water. It's got deep bends and holds big fish. Resident fish probably get up to 22, 23 inches in the fall. Spawners, 26, 27, 28 inches. So It's a wonderful fishery. A good fly fisherman can, I think, do 100 fish on dry flies in a day. I'm a firm believer that you should leave whatever land you own better than you found it. I've enjoyed South Park. Our heart will always be in South Park. I'll miss the ranch. For the first time in 25 years, I got to go out and find a stream and figure out where the damn fish are. We're just going to spread ourselves around Colorado and Wyoming, New Mexico, Utah. There's a lot of great country out here to see.
For more information on how to feature your property on LandLeader TV, please visit LandLeader.com. Use the hashtag #PoweredByLandLeader on Instagram or Facebook to be entered to win our prize.